This is a story we've been closely tracking on WION for the past few days. And a few days after devastating floods hit the North African country of Libya, the nation's Red Cross had reported the death toll at least 11,300. But now the UN has released an updated toll, which is much lower compared to what was reported over the weekend. Well, according to the World Health Organization, the amended data now states that over 3,900 people have died due to flooding across the coastal town of Derna. And the revised report also brings down the number of missing people to around 9,000. Earlier on Saturday, the UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs initial death figures, it stood around 11,300. Well, OSHA cited Libyan Red Cross Society with the figures. According to the deputy spokesperson for the UN Secretary General, the organization is now going by the revised death toll released by the WHO. On the other hand, the Libyan Red Cross Society denied any such claims. It said that it never released the over-exaggerated death toll to the UN. In a statement, the Libyan Red Cross spokesperson said, and I'm quoting here, "We are shocked to see our name mixed up with these figures. They add to the confusion and distress of the families of the missing." Now, according to the latest updates, the UN deputy person said that the death toll figures are still being updated. They can either go upward or downwards. The United Nations had earlier pointed out that most of the deaths due to the floods in Libya's Derna could have been averted. Well, this is if early warning and emergency management systems functioned properly. The head of the UN's World Weather Organization had said that the lack of weather forecasting and action on early warnings was a large contributor to the size of the disaster in Libya. The Derna city, which was the eye of the flooding during Storm Daniel, was split into two. Now, this led another threat to surface across the city. Amid the other issues like shortage of food, shelter and medicines, the experts have warned that the threat of epidemic loomed large over the area. People whose homes were swept away by flooding faced a major dilemma, whether to stay and risk infection or flee to other areas where landmines have been displaced by the flood waters. The city faced a major threat of cholera outbreak and other waterborne diseases. While the international organizations warned the residents against burying people in mass graves, especially near the water body, as it could further pose a health risk. A UN report reveals that more than 1,000 people had so far been buried in that manner. Now they are trying to contain the spread by isolating the hardest hit city of Derna.
في عندنا حاجة ثانية قرارات أخذناهن أن المكانات المتضررة احتمال حيكون فيه انعزل عن منطقة درنا مغبة أو مخافة أن يكون في أمراض أو أوبئة فنحن
is the need for equipment to find people in the floods and the sludge and the damaged buildings in Derna and its environs. But also we need those priority areas are shelter, food, key primary medical care because of the worry of cholera, because of the worry of particularly in Libya, the worry of lack of clean water. That's a huge threat to the lives, particularly of children, which is why UNICEF and others are there.
The Libyan authorities have confirmed that 150 people have been poisoned by polluted water in the flood-hit areas. The climate experts have said that Storm Daniel's impact was led by several factors like old crumbling infrastructure, inadequate warning, and further the extreme effects of the advancing climate crisis.